I haven't been on here to discuss anything with y'all for like a month, just because I feel like sometimes we really need our time to ourselves to like adjust, like to self adjust and to really get our minds right. Let's go ahead and get into the topic that I really wanted to discuss today. And that topic is abundance and money, and not just like abundance in the form of like material items or anything like that, but abundance in like all forms.
Material possessions and monetary success are no longer seen as the ultimate goals, but rather as tools for personal and collective growth.
If there's something that you really want to manifest into your life and you feel like, okay, hey, this thing isn't coming yet, or I've just been wanting to manifest this certain thing into my reality for the longest, whether it be a car, a house, a certain relationship, anything, and you just feel like it's taking forever to come into like your mental space and into your reality, maybe it's because you have a problem with visualizing whatever it is that you truly want into your life.
Major issue many of us experience when trying to achieve something very wanted in our lives are fleeting results.
You have to understand that whatever it is that you want, whatever it is that you know that you're worthy of, you have to know that it's already yours. You already have it. That'll help you out a lot with visualizing whatever it is that you want or whatever it is that you're wanting to bring into your life. Have a higher perspective of whatever it is that you're wanting to bring into your life. Why are you wanting to bring this relationship or this car or whatever it is that you're trying to manifest? Why are you trying to bring it into your reality?
Because we lack awareness or understanding of who we are, we're totally locked into a physical world, and we let things outside of us control us.
Think about the why. Why do you want this? Why is this something that you feel like you can't live without, even though you can? You have to see yourself in a higher light. You have to see yourself being that person that what you want wants you.
One of the things that blocks so many people from accepting and allowing all the good that's out there for them is the doubt about their worthiness.
You have to see yourself in a better position. You have to know that you are worthy of having everything that you could ever dream of or want. What is visualization? A practice or exploration where individuals form vivid ideas or images in their head that symbolize that goal or whatever that intention is. For example, you want a house. How does that house look in your mind? How does it feel when you walk into it? Is it inviting? Is it fun? Is it a place where people come to like relax, or is it a place where people come to like just kick back and eat? How are you creating that atmosphere for yourself? How does this atmosphere feel with other people being inside of it? And a lot of us, like, we're unable to visualize it just because we feel like we're not worthy of having these things, or maybe we just like never had these things before, so we just don't know what to expect, or we don't know what to have in our brains about how it is that this house or this particular goal would look on us. Try putting yourself in a position where you're viewing houses, or you're viewing cars, or you're viewing people around you that have like healthy relationships, and you're just putting yourself in that position to actually feel the energy of whatever it is that you're trying to manifest into your life. Put yourself in those positions. Put yourself around people that are going to motivate you to have better things, or even like do better things in your life. It's just like a lot of times we feel like we can't have it just because we never saw it before, or we never saw anyone next to us manifest what it is that we're trying to bring into our atmosphere and our energy. It all starts with your brain. It all starts with how you view things. I know a lot of times, like, the reason why I feel like I wasn't able to manifest whatever it is that I truly wanted into my life was just because I was too caught up in like deadlines, dates, when this was going to get done, how was it going to get done, how was it going to look, and honestly it kind of like stopped me. I was so caught up in the when, the where, the what, the how. I was just so caught up in that. And honestly, when you're manifesting, just like try to take your mind off of that.
Advertisements tell us that we need to buy things to be loved, accepted, or to succeed. Our educational system teaches us that our worthiness as students is based on our grades or test scores.
I know a lot of times we surround ourselves with people that have certain things, so it's kind of like we get discouraged when we look around, when you look around too much at what other people have going on. And honestly, it all begins with you. It all starts with you. Try to take yourself out of the position of like trying to like judge people around you for the things that they have, or even being like low-key envious of the things that other people have just because you want it now. It's like you try to hold on to that thing so much, you try to be possessive over that thing to the point where you're kind of like pushing it away and running your manifestations away. And that's not something that we're consciously trying to do, but it's like when you cling on and you cling to certain things in your life and you want things to be a certain way, you kind of block your blessings in a sense when you start listening to those negative thoughts in your mind that tells you like you can't have this or you can't have that. You unconsciously start to believe it.
Let it go. Literally just allow yourself to surrender to the desire.
So once you change your thoughts, everything else around you changes. When you stop holding on to like how you want things to be so perfect, you start to make room for the best. You don't have what you want because you're not feeling it.
Be woo woo. Who cares if people judge you about manifestation?
You're not feeling like you can have this. You're not owning the fact that you are worthy. Stop looking at other people around you manifest. Honestly, how other people manifest may not be the way that you manifest. What other people have may not be what you need in your life. How other people's relationships look may not be how your relationship should look, or it may not even be healthy for you in the first place. All of us have different ways of loving. All of us have different ways of making money. All of us have different ways of creating goals and concepts for ourselves. So just make sure that whatever you're bringing into your life, make sure that you're doing it in an intention of this is something that I want for me and not for someone else. Everything in your life should not look similar to what someone else has. So make sure that you're doing what makes you feel comfortable. You're making enough money that makes you feel like, okay, this is okay for me, this is good for me. Because just because this person is making this amount of money, that does not mean that you need to make that amount of money. All of us like have different ways of dressing. All of us have different ways of like expressing ourselves, especially through like our art forms and like the way that we create content and the way that we write. And it's like when you sit back and you look at what other people are doing, you get inspired by it, but at the same time you start trying to like create like other people. You start trying to like do things just like other people because you admire them, you look up to them in a sense. And everything that someone else does, it's not going to be 100% the same, especially when it comes to like dressing up or buying things or buying like materialistic items. It's nothing wrong with that, but you just have to make sure that you're doing it from a higher perspective, and you have to really get to know yourself and know why you want these things. Why. It's not about the when or the how. Everything should be rooted in the why. And like journal about the things that you want. Visualize the things that you know that you already have, but it's just like not in your physical possession. Just ask yourself like why, or create a firm foundation around the why. Things will start coming to you because you'll be more clear. You have a clearer vision of where you're headed or why you're headed that way. Maybe things will start to change. Maybe you'll feel like this is something that I wanted before, and right now, since I'm more clear on my vision, this is something that I don't want anymore. I've been unconsciously manifesting from a place of lack, or I've been unconsciously manifesting from a place of wanting this just because someone else has it. A successful person loves her work and expresses herself fully. Success is contingent upon a higher ideal than the mere accumulation of riches.
Position make you rich? I don't have that type of richness. My richness is life forever.
You know how like some people, they'll feel like they'll be successful once they achieve a certain amount of dollars. Honestly, that's not really true. That's just like all in your brain, and your brain making you think that things can only be done one way in order for people to view you another way, or even for yourself to view you in a certain light when really it's not true. A lot of times we're raised like this, where we think like if we don't have a certain amount, or if we don't have a certain thing, then we just are failures. We're not in a position to even feel like we're wealthy in the first place, when really you are wealthy without money. We are wealthy without having a specific material item. And it kind of comes off as like we're being selfish, or that we're being ungrateful, when really we're not being ungrateful. We're just like not so used to telling our brains what to do. We're so used to not having emotional control, or we're not used to doing the inner work to understand why we think the way we think. Don't let your mind trick you into believing that if you don't have a certain thing at a certain time or in a certain way, that it's not cool, or people aren't going to respect you for it. What other people feel about you doesn't really matter. It's all about the relationship that you have with your mind, and the relationship that you have with yourself. And showing gratitude and knowing that whatever you want is yours already is not cocky. Okay? Don't let people tell you that. It's not cocky. It's you knowing that whatever is for you is yours already.